Tuesday, September 11, 2001, dawned like any other Tuesday in New York City, with the bustle and din of workers going all over the Big Apple, many of them headed towards the World Trade Center, the Twin Towers, in Manhattan, a symbol of America's economic pride and accomplishment. And in Arlington, Virginia, the Pentagon also stood status quo, the center of America's Defense Department and military prowess. But at 8:46 a.m., everything was eternally changed as the Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower, trapping hundreds inside. First responders ran into the towers, only to find that the South Tower was also hit, soon afterwards by another flight at 9:03 a.m. Both towers were burning, with hundreds trapped in them and many suffering from smoke inhalation, and soon afterwards, Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon, killing hundreds as well. A fourth plane, Flight 93, was re-hijacked by the Americans on board and crashed into a field in Pennsylvania, probably aimed at the Capitol building or White House. Meanwhile, New York bore the worst of it. With hundreds trapped inside and first responders running in, suddenly out of nowhere, the South Tower collapsed just before 10 a.m. and the North Tower collapsed shortly thereafter, killing thousands. The first responders and people who were trying to desperately get out were trapped, and the buildings were gone. Ground zero had been established. This was all the work of Osama bin Laden, the founder of Al-Qaeda, one of the worst terrorist organizations in the world. He had been living and functioning in Afghanistan and Pakistan, and had originally been part of an Afghani resistance to the Soviet invasion in the 1980s and had been funded by the United States, all part of America's efforts to stop the spread of communism in the Soviet Union in the 1980s. Despite their successes, Osama had turned on the Americans soon after, creating his terrorist organization Al-Qaeda, which had been protected by the Afghan government, the Taliban, which was also a terrorist organization. Bin Laden was a radical Muslim who hated the United States and the West and believed that America needed to be humbled and then destroyed. He had sent a clear message with the 9/11 terrorist attacks that he wanted death to America. President George W. Bush, going to Ground Zero the day afterwards, promised and pledged that America would seek revenge and not forget what happened. He quickly launched his infamous War on Terror, in which he invaded Afghanistan and later Iraq, defeating Al-Qaeda and unseating the Taliban government which had supported it and sending Osama and his supporters into hiding. At the same time, the war would drag on for years, though, becoming more and more unpopular as insurgencies continued to fight against the American forces. Eventually, Osama was hunted down during President Obama's administration and killed in 2011. But in 2021, America left Afghanistan once and for all, and the Taliban government took over. As Americans left, their war on terror coming up short.